Ooh, Daniel Elise! Oh, you guys are sweet. It's so funny. Thank you, Danielle. I noticed that your hometown is from Dieppe. I'm originally from Saint Anne de Madawaska, but I've been living in Moncton for at least 10 years, give or take, or 2012. 13 years. 13 years that I've been living here, loving every second of it. Uh, Continue vlogging because I don't go to Quebec often. In fact, it's one of the provinces I hate driving through most often. No offense to any Quebecers. Trust me, I've got people that live from my family in Quebec. So it's really not an offense. It's just that I've had bad experiences in the past while I was learning my license and after the junior achievements and whatnot that you actually get your graded license. That and the police there aren't nice. I thought Maine police troopers were worse. Quebec are actually worse. Why, I don't know. That said, nothing much's been changing, at least not along the way. The casino's almost finished here in Moncton. I'll try to get some vlogging of that. Uh, there's a lot of developments happening in Dieppe. More houses. Unfortunately, I should call it the apartment slum capital of New Brunswick because they're building, and this is what pisses me off. Okay, I've lived in apartments, and I have yet to actually find a luxury apartment that people tout making sense. I visited some that actually earned their names in the sense that it's soundproofed, but they have to put more than just maybe an inch of concrete between the floors for God's sakes, and a lot of them want to cut corners, save on expenses, make more profits, and we buy into it because we all need a place to live. Well, I'm living in a house, and thank God for that because I can't handle landlords anymore, especially because they all use the same principles. I don't know how it is in Quebec, but here in New Brunswick, as you may or may not know, Danielle and Elise, and the rest of you listeners, when it comes to apartments being rented out, they all have the similar contract: no children allowed. Well, want to know something? It's illegal. It's a human rights issue for any landowner that's actually renting apartments to bar somebody with a child from being able to rent an apartment. The only reason why they put that as a said clause is because they want to avoid having any issues that suddenly becomes an annoyance to them. In other words, if you and your child live on the floor above somebody else and that person complains about the noise, step one, you need to go upstairs and complain to the person themselves. If they don't want to change the way they're doing things or to strap their child down or go outside or do something else, and it becomes totally, absolutely impossible to live there, step two, you do it 3 times. After the third time, go see your live-in superintendent. If that doesn't work, go see your landlord. And unfortunately, you can't go anywhere else after that because unless they're doing it after 11 o'clock here in Moncton, which there's a bylaw in Moncton for loud noises after 11 p.m., which is now considered disorderly conduct or disturbing the peace, then you can actually go to the police, but not before. But I just I can't wrap my mentality around people wanting to make more bang for their buck by putting something that literally, by putting a clause in the contract that doesn't have any legal basis to be even supportable. The contract is null and void. In Quebec, the laws force people to make solid bylaws and very solid bylaws. In New Brunswick, we're not to that point yet. I really wish that they would actually follow Quebec's construction codes too for apartments because they're the best in Canada in regards to quality and in regards to the current norms that they want in Quebec because they don't want to deal with issues in regards to loud noises that disturb people that could easily be absorbed by thicker concrete or thicker walls or soundproofing. And they do have norms. I'm not kidding you. I had to complain. I made research and it makes sense. I'll have to vlog about it. Anyways, have a nice one, Daniel. Salut!